All right, so today we are finally doing it. We're making the music video. That's right. This is actually a pretty big moment for me because we're officially pivoting the channel from Suno Simplified to Suno Visualized. That's right, we're going to take things a little further. But don't worry, we're still talking about Suno, we're still enhancing our music. But instead of just creating songs, we're taking a step further and bringing those songs to life. So for this video, I'm going to take one of my own Suno tracks and turn it into a fully lip-synced AI music video from start to finish. No cameras, no actors, and no expensive gear, just me and my imagination with some AI tools, a bit of planning, and a workflow that's becoming surprisingly easy. And honestly, if you've ever generated a great song in Suno and thought to yourself, now what? This is the missing piece. Because by the end of this video, I think you'll see exactly how I organize everything, how I create consistent characters, how I build a storyboard, how I generate those lip sync clips, even creating B-roll and editing it all together in CapCut to have that final polished music video. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks that save you a heap of time and improve your results dramatically. So let's stop talking about it and start doing this thing. Let's visualize this song. So in phase one is the project setup. Now, before we touch Suno, Kling, or all the other video AI tools, we have to get organized. And trust me, as much as this is boring, this is one of the biggest time savers in the entire process. This is the hack of all hacks. So you need to create a master folder. And in that master folder, you need to create 3 folders. There's audio, there's images, and video. And that's it. Really simple, nice and easy. Because the reason I do this is because once you start generating assets, things get a little bit messy, they get a little bit complicated real quick. And you'll end up with dozens of audio files and hundreds of images and a mountain of video clips. And if you don't have a system now, you'll be searching for files later and you may not create everything that you want to create. So nobody wants to waste time. Nobody wants to spend 20 minutes looking for verse 1, final cut, B, actual draft. So let's just stay organized from the start. So here's my project folder. It's called Life. And in my master folder, I have the sections for audio, image, and video. So audio will have the segments that I wish to put in there. There's the chorus, there's a verse. So chorus has 1 and 2. So there's chorus 1 and 2. There's verse 1 and 2. And then there's spoken if you need to have a rap or any other audio that you're wishing to put in there. In images, we're going to go and do your characters, avatars, and then in the video is going to be your B-roll, close-ups. There's going to be a drafts folder for when you make the music video draft. You need a folder to dump all that into so then you can see a final version before you publish it. You've got other shots in here. There's a medium shot, there's a wide shot. So that's how I organize my master folder. Okay, so now that we are all organized, we need to go get the a cappella snippets from our song. So we're going to go back into Suno and then quickly go into Suno Studio. And when Suno Studio opens up, let's just find the song that we want to go and get the a cappella from. So I'm looking for Life. The song is called Life. And I think it's this one here.
I want to thank you for giving me life and making it possible to do what you like.
That's the one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply drag it into Suno Studio. And Suno Studio will create this version of it. So we want to go and make stems out of this. So we want to select over here in our information tab over here, click clip. So it selects the clip. And then down here, we want to go and extract the vocals. So you'll see that Suno will extract the vocals. Let's go and click extract. And we just want the vocals and the instrumental. And while Suno's doing that, I've already got an a cappella version here that I want to go and line up. So these are just the vocals from this song. If you wanted to audition it, have a listen to it, it sounds like this.
I want to thank you for giving me life and making it possible to do what you like.
Okay, so that's the a cappella. Now here's one of the biggest hacks that I've learned over the years of doing editing in Suno Studio. On Mac, you use the command button and your jog wheel on your mouse to scroll in and out or zoom in and out. So you can see that I'm using my wheel and I'm holding the command button to do all the zooming that I need to do. That's just so that I can find all the peaks in my audio wave really easy. Now, the other thing we can do is you actually can go and extend the height of the peaks so then you can see even better. So you can go and scroll in like that. And now, if you wanted to scroll left and right in Suno Studio, you hold the Shift button and you use your jog wheel, and that will scroll left and right. So then you can go and find your peaks so much easier and select the section that you need. So we want to take this first section of this clip, which is here. So we want to go and select all that, and let's just audition it.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
So that's going to be our first line from our chorus. So let's go and clip that. And the shortcut is Apple E in Mac, of course. That's what I'm using, Apple E. And so I've clipped that first section, and I'm going to select it. And I'm just going to go and say export the selected time region. And Suno will export that and put it back into your library. I'm not actually going to go to the song right now because there's so much more snippets we need. So we are actually building snippets for our music video for our avatar to be able to sing. So let's go to the next section or the next line, put our cursor there, and then go and Apple E, and then select the next section, and then go and export that. And you have to repeat this process for every line that you want to be lip synced in your music video. So there's a section in here in the song where it's actually spoken words. So if you listen to this.
How do I express my gratitude?
Okay, so there's spoken word, or it could be a rap, or it could be anything. So I'm going to go and select that section there, and then I want to go and export that as well. So we're going to go and export that. And repeat that entire process for everything that you want in your music video. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go back into my library, and I'm going to go and rename all those snippets that I've just exported. Okay, so now that we're back in our library, here are all the untitled files from our exporting. So let's listen to this first one.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
Okay, so that's the first line.
I want to thank you for...
So that's the first line. We're actually going to go and rename it right here in Suno, and we're going to call that chorus 1A. So that's the first chorus, and it's the first line. So chorus 1 is the section, and A is the line. It's the first line. And that is my naming convention for everything that I'm doing in this project. So if you have a naming convention, you want to go and ensure that you follow that naming convention throughout the entire process. So then all your files will be organized. So that's the chorus 1A.
And making it possible to do what you like.
So that's chorus line B. So we're still in the first chorus. So let's go and rename that chorus 1. It's the first chorus and it's line B. And then this one is the spoken word.
How do I?
So we're just going to go and name that, and we're going to say spoken 1A. So it's the first line of that spoken verse. So go through and name all your files like that, repeat that entire process, and then you want to go and download them. So now we're going to go and select this one, and we're going to go and download this, and we're going to drop it straight into our master folder. It may fall into another folder, but if you can go and find that download, dump it straight into your master folder under its section. So you want to go and make sure that the chorus 1AB goes into your master folder chorus. So if it's in another folder, just go and move it into your chorus. So make sure the download goes into your chorus. And that's it for Suno. We're going to move straight on to the next phase. Okay, moving into build the storyboard, phase 3. Now we get to do the creative part. This is where the music video is actually born. But before we generate a single image, you got to listen to the entire song, read through the lyric snippets, and then just start imagining what's the story, what's happening in this storyline, who are the characters, where are the characters, what's their location, what are they doing, and how the story changes as the song progresses along. It doesn't have to be some Hollywood level screenplay. It's just your thought process. A very simple storyboard works, trust me. And for each lyric snippet, I mean, you can write it down, or you can just make a mental note of what's happening and what visual you want, where it's taken place. You know, one little shortcut I use is grouping the scenes by location. So, you know, it's on stage, etc., etc. If 3 clips happen on a rooftop, generate all those together. If 3 clips happen on a stage, generate all those together. So you're trying to just make sure that your groups stick together. It organizes what you're doing and saves you a ton of time. It also helps you look at different types of shots. You want to do wide shots, you want to do medium shots and close-ups, different angles, etc., etc. One of the easiest ways to make an AI music video look better is to simply change the camera perspective more often. So let's go and create some images. So with our visuals, I'm going to use ChatGPT. Now I found that ChatGPT is probably the best at this. So you want to start with your main character. You want to work out their age, their clothing, their mood, and their overall look. So you have to try and get it so it's as consistent as possible to your character. You want your character to look like the same person throughout the entire video. And that's what we're going to try and do with this multiple angles and multiple shots and close-ups and keeping the character the same. You know, just so then it looks authentic and organic all the way through. And trust me, the more options you have, the easier it is to edit at the end of it. So here's a little tip. Just generate more images than you think you'll need. And if it looks uncanny, regenerate it again. Because it's better to throw away stuff than it is to try and find stuff and stuff that you're missing. So create a lot of those images. I mean, you want to go and create stuff where there's B-roll of images. Your character is walking and your character is dancing, or your character is just looking away or just looking straight into the camera. You want to do some environmental shots, which is background shots. You want to do crowd shots. You want to do close-ups of objects. So we're trying to create as much content as possible using ChatGPT, because all of these become really useful later. Okay, so now we're in ChatGPT. I've used this prompt: replace the man's face from the close-up to the full image and have him facing forward in a relaxing stance, singing. So here's my selfie, and then here's the character that I built a while back. And it's just a simple combination of those two images, and this is what ChatGPT has come up with. So I've created this character. He's on stage, he's singing. The first image is he's just standing very casually. The second one is he's actually looking like a stand-up comedian. And then we've done a close-up of the character as well, so we get some more definition in the face lines. And then we did a side profile as well. So that's a medium side shot. So we're doing a variety of angles for this character, who is our lead singer, who is the person that's going to carry this entire music video across. So create as many of those as you want and use as many B-roll images as you can. So I'd even go and create the microphone or a close-up of his hand or a rear view, so to speak, of the character. And once you've created all your characters, we're just going to go and download them. So you'll select the character and click the download button, and then make sure that it goes into the images, into your subfolders, and you've got it all organized in the images that you need. Okay, so now we've got all our images downloaded. This is where the fun really happens. Let's take our storyboard scenes, all our images, and then we're going to upload those images with our matching audio snippet into Kling, and we're going to generate our first lip sync video. But don't just generate one. I want you to generate multiple versions. Generate a wide shot, generate a medium shot, generate a close-up for that emotion. And if you've still got credits available, generate even more. Generate a couple more variations, just so then you've got extra content. Because sometimes one version has that perfect lip sync and the other one has the perfect facial expressions. And you can go and edit those as you wish. So the more options you have, the better your final video will be. Just think of it as taking multiple takes when you're filming. Just giving yourself more choices. Okay, so now that we're in Kling, we're going to go and do a little video generation just to tell Kling that we've got a character we wish to generate. So we're going to go into here, find an image that we wish to upload. So here's my character. I'm going to switch off multi-shot just so then we're not wasting any credits. Keep it down to 5 seconds. I'm going to drop the resolution down as well. We just want to use one of the outputs, turn native audio off, and then generate that. So that's only going to use 30 credits. I've only got 85 left anyways. We're generating a video in Kling. So what we're trying to do is we're going to create this avatar in Kling, and this avatar is going to do our lip sync. So let's go and create that. Now, if you like any of this content, you find any of this content educational or helpful, subscribe to the channel, share the content, and hit that notification bell, because I'm going to create more of this content so then you can learn more about AI and music videos. I'm just so infatuated with it. I can't help it. It's incredibly engaging and magnetic, and it allows me to be more creative. So if you like what I do, subscribe to the channel. Okay, so Kling has generated a avatar for us. Let's just scroll our mouse over that and see what happens. I don't know what he's yelling at. Okay, so now that we've created our avatar and it looks like this, we're going to go and click the lip sync button down the bottom here. We want to grab our audio and put our audio onto this character's face. So there it is. We're going to go and add the speech from the panel. So over here is we're going to go and upload our audio snippet. So now that we've added our upload, let's go and click add speech. And here Kling has just placed it into the timeline. Let's just go and preview that. So what I'm doing is I'm actually moving it a little bit in. So that allows Kling a bit of space here to start generating the character. And then we zoom in, we want it to finish. You can see that he's animated about here. So hopefully that animation disappears. So it sounds like this.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
Let's hope that animation and that emotion stays within the video clip, but the audio comes through nicely. And you'll see it's just only 5 credits to generate this little 5-second clip. So let's go and generate, and Kling is taking it on board. So we created an avatar, and now we're creating the actual lip sync. And we've got to do this for the entire video clip. So you have the character, you have the location, you have the audio snippet, and they've all got to come together in Kling to create one little 5-second snippet. Now, this is quite a long process, but it's well worth it. And this is the hot tip. So if you keep the snippet short and you keep your lip sync video generation short, it works in your favor because the results will be a lot more better, a lot more cleaner, and a lot more synced rather than trying to do a longer time frame, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, even 30 seconds. Because what will happen is the AI will drift in its generation and its results will be less than favorable. It'll look uncanny. So we're trying to keep it all short. So then the generations are much more cleaner.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
Okay, so here it is. Okay, so Suno has given us the avatar and the lip sync. Let's go and scroll our mouse over it and see our audio.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
It still has that ending of the screaming. I don't know what that is, but that's what I mean about regenerating videos. So then I know I can use that front section, but I won't use the back section. And then I can go and edit that and cut it where the audio finishes and move into another clip. So that last part we want to get rid of. So we're just going to go and regenerate that entire clip again. Just on the left-hand side here, you'll see character. Just go clip that, and Suno has brought that over here. So I'm going to go and move that audio all the way till the end. So see if that makes a big difference in the generation of the audio. Okay, we're going to use another 5 credits to generate that. Okay, so the process is when you are doing your lip sync video generations, you need the image, you need the audio snippet, and you need to create them in a short snippet or allow Kling to generate the actual lip sync video generation, if that makes sense. And you're going to do this time and time again. You're going to do it. You're going to repeat for all your snippets and all your images. You're going to do this for all your snippets. So then when you go and align them in your master track, they all look perfect. Now, just remember, AI does make mistakes. So you got to accept those mistakes and even try and work those mistakes back into your video editing. So you're not wasting credits on the AI mistakes. If you can do that, you're ahead. Okay, so Kling has redone the second variation. We're going to go and watch that.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
The lip sync wasn't very good.
Thank you for giving me life.
So the second variation wasn't as good as the first variation. So let's scroll down and have a look at this first generation.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
So after he says life, it goes a little bit haywire.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
Okay, so knowing that is the process, let's go and remove this audio, and then we're going to go and add another one. Add a second line. Use your naming conventions. You will pick up line 2 of that same chorus.
Making it possible to do what you like.
Okay,
Making it
let's go and add
possible
that.
to do what you like.
Just going to drag it across a little to give Kling a bit more time, and then go and generate. So once again, I'm going to reiterate that this needs to be repeated over and over again until you are happy with your generations. It does use up credits, but the end game, the results you're trying to achieve to a realistic avatar. So then it saves you time in the editing afterwards. All right, this is the line B generation out of our chorus. Let's go and watch it.
Making it possible to do what you like.
Much better. So you can see where we're going now.
Making it possible to do what you like.
Although there is a slight uncanniness in the imagery there. So anyway, that's the process. Repeat that over and over again until you're happy. And don't forget to make some B-roll edits in this as well. So same process, except without the audio. You go and get Kling to turn or dance or walk. So now that we've got our generations done, we're just going to go and download them. So I'm going to go and click download the video. And once it's downloaded, I'm going to go and transfer that into the chorus subfolder in my video folder. So keeping everything organized, keeping everything structured. Trust me, when it comes to editing, we're going to need that structure. Okay, so while we're here, let's go and do some B-roll. Let's go back into assets. We're just going to go and image to video. So we want this guy to just dance in a charismatic. Give me 4 seconds. No audio. So we just want this guy to dance. This is just B-roll. We're just generating B-roll. And then we're going to click generate. So when creating B-roll, you want to create other objects within your video clip so then they can be transitions. So you can zoom in on the back curtain, or you can zoom in on the microphone, or you can zoom in on a shoe, or you can pan towards the crowd. So these are B-roll images that you require for the video clip. It just makes the pacing of your video clip much more smoother. Okay, so here's the dancing clip, no audio. Did a little bit of a spin. So he's very charismatic in his movement there. But you'll notice that when we go to edit it, I can slow that down and it'll be a lot more smoother. Okay, so the next phase is giving yourself a duplicate or a backup plan. We're going to talk about something that's going to save you a lot of frustration, because never rely on just one tool, ever. Because sometimes Kling absolutely nails it, as you've seen, but sometimes it completely misses, as you've seen. And that's where OpenArt comes in. Because if you're struggling to get the result that you want, you upload the same image and the same audio in Kling and it just doesn't get there, do it in OpenArt and see what happens. You'll be surprised how another platform can solve that problem that you're after. Because some clips look great in Kling and some look better in OpenArt and vice versa. And sometimes you can just combine both in the final video. The objective isn't to be loyal to one tool. It's to get the best results possible. So the more content you have, the better your editing will be. So create alternate versions, different camera movements, different styles, different performances, and then keep only the clips that make you say, that's the one. Okay, so in OpenArt, down the bottom, you'll see on the left-hand side, you'll see lip sync feature. So we want to click that, and it's going to go and open up this creative tab. We're going to go and choose this person, upload the image that you wish to make the avatar sing or talk, and then go and upload the audio. So I'm going to upload an image, and let's go into the master folder and find images. Okay, so I've uploaded the image that I wish to do the speaking in my video clip. Now I'm going to go and choose the audio. I'm going to go and upload the audio from Cyborg. So I've found my audio. Let's just audition that.
How do I express my gratitude?
Okay, so now we want to do our standard. It's going to take up 75 credits. So now we need to go and write the prompt of how our character reacts in the video. So the cyborg looks sincere, emotionally sincere. So let's go and add a bit of emotion to our cyborg and then generate that. So this is OpenArt. OpenArt uses a variety of AI tools to generate their content as well. If you found any of this content educational, helpful, entertaining maybe, subscribe to the channel, like the content, click the notification button so you can see when I post up another video, because I've just switched from being Suno simplified to Suno visualized. I'm taking my music and now I'm officially going down the rabbit hole in creating these music videos. Okay, so OpenArt has generated our cyborg video snippet. Are you ready for this? Let's go and click it.
How do I express my gratitude?
Whoa, did you just see that? That's an avatar looking very sincere.
How do I express my gratitude?
So even though the audio doesn't sound very clean there, I know that when I do the edit and I overlay that video onto the audio, the illusion will be that he'll be speaking the exact words. Let's do it one more time.
How do I express my gratitude?
That is incredible. Okay, so we're going to go and repeat that process again and again in OpenArt, or for as many times as you wish until you run out of credits. So we're just going to go and download that. We're going to name that, that's the verse, that's the first verse, and that is the line A, the first line. So download that, make sure you name it correctly, and then repeat that process for all the spoken parts that you want, or if there's something else that you want sung. And then don't forget to do some B-roll. Yes, in OpenArt, do some B-roll as well, where you want the camera to maybe arc around the character or zoom in and out on a certain section. Just do some B-roll and get as much content as possible and download all of them into your folders, because the next phase is the part where the video comes alive. And just like that, through visual magic, I've done all the editing and you get to see a draft copy of my music video clip right now. Here it is.
I wanna thank you for giving me life and making it possible to do what you like. I will give you everything that you need, so prompt me and then you will see.
How do I express my gratitude? I am so grateful. So, thank you.
Okay, so there you go. There's the making of the music video clip using Suno for the song and for the audio and the snippets, then using ChatGPT for the characters, images, and the B-roll, and then using Kling and OpenArt to generate the lip sync videos, keeping everything short. That's one of the hacks that you have to accept, is that everything should be shortened. So then a 5-second or an 8-second clip is much better than a 10-second or a 15-second clip, just so it stops the AI from drifting away from the results. And then once you have all of those content together, dump them into a master folder, organize yourself, jump into CapCut, drop them into the timeline, and then work your magic around effects and transitions, and yeah, just giving yourself a variety of things to add into your timeline, so then it moves and it shakes and it adds energy to keep your audience entertained from beginning to end. Now, if you want to watch the whole video, the link is in the description. If you want the actual PDF for the entire process, it's on my website and I'll put that in the link as well. And if there's any questions or any comments, post them up and I'm more than happy to respond and reply to everyone out there. I thank you so much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and share the content. As we continue down the rabbit hole, we are swapping from Suno Simplified into Suno Visualized, and I'm confident I'll see you in the next one. My name is Lewis. Ciao. Okay, we're into the final phase for this amazing project that we're trying to complete, making the music video out of AI, completely out of AI. We have got our snippets from Suno. We have got our video lip synced from Kling and OpenArt. We've got our B-roll. Now it's time to compile it all together in CapCut and give it some life and give it some energy. Okay, so now we are in CapCut. We're going to go and import all our materials, all our resources, and all our content into CapCut. So we're going to go click import, and then in our master folder, just go and click import. Now what you'll find is we've imported everything into CapCut. If we go and open up our master folder, you'll see it says audio, image, and video. The first thing we have to do is put the master track down into CapCut. So let's go and open that. There's our master track. Just drag it down onto the timeline. Now drag it below the main timeline, so the audio sits below it.
I wanna thank you for giving me life.
Okay, so now that we've got our master in there, we're gonna go and zoom in. Now, once again, the hot tips for shortcuts in CapCut is you gotta use the control button to zoom in, like that. and then the Alt button to scroll across left and right. So I want to go to here where the chorus starts. Now we can go and increase the size of our audio view, really.
I wanna
So there's our starting line.
thank.
So that's our starting line there. We're going to go and get our first lip sync out of the chorus. So let's go back into our master folder, go down to video, go into medium, and I do believe it's this one here.
I wanna thank you for giving me life.
Okay, so let's go and drag that onto the timeline. Let's go and increase the size so then our audio waves can be seen, and we're just matching our audio waves. So I can see that those two match up there. Going to go and move it so then they match up. I can see that this one here is just slightly out. And then if we go and drop the volume down, just zoom back out again and hit spacebar.
I wanna thank you for giving me life.
That's incredible. So we've just given our lip sync video life by putting it alongside the audio that we've created. And then we're just going to go repeat this over and over and over again. So let's go and find another snippet. Let's go and use number two.
And making it possible to do what you like.
So let's go and drag that into here. Just scroll across. You can see that those waves match up there. Let's have a quick listen.
And making it possible to do what you like.
Let's just drop that down. So here's what our first two lines of our video clip look like.
I wanna thank you for giving me life and making it possible to do what you like.
And that is how you make your music come to life. One of the important things about making your music video is to give it energy. And the way to give it energy is by either adding effects. So go and select an effect up here. Find something that is moving. Find a moving effect. So I like that one. So I'm just going to go and drag that onto the file.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
Okay, so now we can go and edit the effect. So we're going to go and drop it back here.
I want to thank you for giving me life.
So you saw that zoom right at the end. Now we're going to go and do the same sort of thing on this second one. And so now what we're doing is we're giving emotion to our characters.
I want to thank you for giving me life and making it possible to do what you like.
And then we need to add a transition. Because it's so close to each other, there's really not much point in putting a transition in there.
Life and making it possible to do what you like.
Okay, so you can go and add other effects on top of that. And I'm always finding the ones that aren't pro. So the little diamond on there is a pro feature. The ones without it, a non-pro feature. So let's go and find a non-pro feature that we can use. There's a golden glare. What's this one? This is a fleeting glaze. It's got to be something that we can use. Oh, I like that. Flash zooming. I'm just going to put flash zooming on top of that. And this is the effect that it does.
I want to thank you for giving me life and making it.
Okay, so I didn't mind that, but I think it was too much. We might go and push it across to here as well. Let's see what happens.
I want to thank you for giving me life and making it possible to do what you like.
So these are all the little tips and tricks you can apply to your video. So then there is energy. There is more than just the character singing on screen. And what you're doing is you're making it so then it's visually stimulating for your audience to watch for the entirety. And that's what editing is. And that is an art form in itself. So, okay, so let me speed through the video editing and then have a finished copy for you so you can see it straight away.